Nigeria police don enter for another wahala internationally. No be small tin o, come see wetin dey happen. You see dis government of Nigeria, when e come to Ndigbo something, they are always trying to paint Ndigbo bad everywhere they hear the names of Igbo. But in this case, nothing concerning Ndigbo. If you people can remember years back, there was a time one Yoruba guy kpai somebody for inside the UK. As the UK wan come carry the person omo come see wetin dey happen. They run go carry Igbo name, add for the guy name. Make they either na they go swap that guy or say na Igbo person na do the thing for the inside United Kingdom. My people, we are going through a lot. So e get wetin our brother wan explain concerning this 700 and something Boko Haram wey you see say dey recruit for inside army. History will always repeat itself, but wetin dey pay me pass is that our people, they no dey see the handwriting. They are comfortable, they are okay until when time reach wey everybody go carry video. They see am o, they are killing us o, they are attacking us o. But as they tell them now, they rap brain, they think business and other things. So I wonder how we feel outside our homes. But however, let us watch the videos before we come back and continue. Share this video and drop your own opinion in the comment section.
Igbo bi Igbo, agwọ nọ n'akịrịka, nsogbu odekwa. Every federal institution in Nigeria are now openly doing bigotry against Igbo people. Ndigbo, there's a full-blown agha ha na-ebu anyị. In 2018, one Matthew Adebiyi killed one John Bodo in the United Kingdom. He committed murder in the United Kingdom and he ran away from the United Kingdom to Nigeria. 8 years later, the United Kingdom, UK, decided on extraditing him from Nigeria back to the UK. The UK wants him to face the law. In the UK, his full names are Matthew Adebiyi. UK newspaper carried his name as Matthew Adebiyi. All of a sudden, Nigerian police wrote that his name is now Matthew Chukwuemeka Adebiyi. Chukwuemeka from where to where? How did Chukwuemeka enter his name? Ndigbo, Ntwani. We are not self-aware. The disdain and hatred is becoming clearer. Do you know what bigotry means? Bigotry is when a government of a nation spread propaganda and lies against an ethnic group in its country. And then they use brutal force when that ethnic group starts speaking up. That is what bigotry means. Anytime they want to cook propaganda, they will always use Chukwuemeka or Chinansa or Chukwude. Every time. Ika ha na propaganda at all. What is the purpose of Nigerian police adding an Igbo name to Matthew Adebiyi when the UK know him as Matthew Adebiyi? What is the purpose? We are in an era of social media. Any propaganda and lies against Igbos shall be debunked.
People, when I don't watch am, when I don't see am, everything will happen. They go look for a way. If na wetin happen for Southeast, they go look for a way to link am with Nnamdi Kanu. If you watch, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have secured his appeal. Right now, they are bringing many things, recruiting people inside the struggle, so that they will start talking. The family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is this one, is the other one, the other one, the other one. Everything that happened in Nigeria, they will look for a way. So why you people can't accept the fact and come out publicly, make a sincere apology, change the things you are holding the Igbos back? It's very hard to do, but you look for a way to paint the Igbos bad in any equation, any opportunity that Nigeria government get, they will look for a way. Especially when we talk about the Nigeria government, who are the people even doing this thing? The Yorubas. The Yorubas are always at Igbo. They are fighting secret battle with Igbos, and which they will lose and they will fail, hopefully. Let us watch the next video.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. Okay, so it's becoming abundantly clear now that we are faced with a Biafra war-like situation in a different shape. To help you understand, during the Biafran war, a lot of mercenaries from predominantly Muslim countries in Africa, Chad and the rest of them, were brought into Nigeria, radical Islamists, to kill our people, Igbos, Christians in the East, right? They fought alongside the Nigerian military at that time. And these are all documented. In fact, there's one video account, very difficult thing to watch, on the Asaba massacre, where a brother who was an eyewitness was basically narrating how that one of those Chadian soldiers who was dressed in Nigerian military uniform was making an announcement before they massacred all those maybe 7,000 or so of our boys. He made an announcement and said something like, if you be Igbo, you must die. If you be Igbo, you must die. So they were given a marching order that just look out for the Igbos and kill them off. You heard all that story of how our people even came out in Asaba to welcome them, and thinking that, okay, we've been able to appease these guys. We don't want to have anything to do with Biafra. We are all for the Nigerian nation. And even after that, they massacred all of them. The guy is still alive today. He made it clear. He was an eyewitness. He saw dead bodies all around him. He only escaped by the grace of God. And he made it clear that most of the people who shot and killed on that day were mercenaries. How do you explain that several decades later, we have a situation where so-called repentant terrorists are being churned out from the killing fields into our already depressed and bleeding streets? And they are being told they could join the military, and not just that they are told, many of them have already gone into the military, as alleged by active duty Nigerian soldiers, which they have also put out on video for the whole world to see. That you have terrorists who are still terrorists. There is no element of repentance in them. They are in the military. They are joining the police force. They are joining everywhere. Anything, any aspect of life in Nigeria is open to them. Meanwhile, they are not Nigerians. I will never stop hammering on this, but the point you need to pay attention to right now is when these guys are now asked to go into the military, do you think that the military will send them to go and fight in Borno, where they were taken from in the first place and called repentant and given automatic citizenship? Do you think they will be sent to go there to go and fight against themselves? No. Most likely these guys are being sent to eastern Nigeria. And so the killings that they couldn't achieve, the genocide that they couldn't complete during the Biafran war, this might be the best opportunity they have now to complete it. Their children are now wearing Nigerian military uniforms again. And this time around, legally. And when they enter there, our people are looking at people in our military uniform and they're wondering, who are these? They may actually be staring their own enemies in the face. Now, explain to me, how does anyone know who is a repentant terrorist when you see a Nigerian soldier? And so the systematic killing of my people may just get on the way, low-key, eliminating our people. Doesn't that also kind of explain why In the last few weeks and months, we have seen so many framings, so many made-up stories just to tie the eastern part of Nigeria to terrorism. We've seen it from the military, it was debunked. Another one came again, it was debunked. And now we have the police involved. Who are these people eagerly working so hard to tie eastern Nigeria to terrorism? And you know why they're doing that? Because they want to have a large-scale deployment to the east. In the same way there is focus on the northeast, they want to create a plausible cause. They want to create a reason that everybody will agree to. That, hey, we found IED. It was debunked. Oh, we found this. It was debunked. Imagine if they were not debunked. Imagine if our boys and girls who are now actively warring against these wicked people on social media today, imagine if they were not there. They would have gotten away with all of this. And then they will suddenly have a national decree that now there's a problem in eastern Nigeria, we need to deploy. And now when you see the people they are going to be deploying, probably 85 to 90% of them are the same enemies who sought to eliminate all of us during the Biafran War. Their children are now legally wearing uniform and are being sent now to finish what their fathers couldn't finish. You see why Nigeria cannot live for a very long time. Nigeria will not survive this period. I am telling you with everything in me, nobody born of a woman, nobody born of a woman, even if you are not born of you, even if it's a spirit that gave birth to you, you can never, ever conquer eastern Nigeria. Ndigbo, you can never conquer my people. You will never be able to Islamize my people. Take it from me that I said so. It won't happen. So you better stop trying. There's no need. You hear the story of Igala, the Attãck of Igala. They wanted him to convert. He committed suicide rather than bow to the Islamic regime. You hear the story of Igbo landing. They wanted to take them as slaves. Our people say never, not on our lives. We'll rather drown than bow or submit ourselves or surrender to slavery. You heard about Aba women riot. And you think that these people are normal people. Bring it on. Bring it on. You know, Nigeria is so doomed and cursed that they don't know when they have bit more than they can chew. They don't know when they have pushed their enemy, or rather their opponent, to the wall. We have backed up to the wall now. And the time is coming when Nigeria will hear from us. Keep pushing us. Keep trying. But go to bed knowing fully well that I said to you today, you will never, even in 1,000 lifetimes, you will never be able to conquer eastern Nigeria. You can never conquer Igbo people, let alone Islamize them. May God bless you and keep you. And if you are an Igbo person or from eastern Nigeria, you better wake up. You better wake up. The hour has come. Vigilante, whatever it is we can do, even on an individual basis, let everybody rise up now. We need to defend our homeland because Agwanonakirika. God bless you.
My people, share this video and drop your own opinion for inside comment section. In everything they do, for our freedom, the freedom of Ndigbo must come. In any game they like, let them play. You cannot hide something forever. One day it must surely come aside. They say the monster they tread will turn back and bite them. How many Nigerian soldiers are buying for over 2 weeks now? More than 100 plus. Don't buy, even the ones who will not know safe. They don't buy. So who are the people linking where they are going, how they are operating, and ambushing them? It's the same people. So they are calling you to go and join the army. If you like, go. I will not tell you to not to join. Go and join. Go and join. Let every recruit your brother. I hear that Akwa Ibom now have 800 complete Anambra is going up to 330 something, or is it 100 and something. Go and join. Nobody is holding you people, but they will use you as a sacrifice. They are bringing all the whole youth. They are calling all the whole youth to come outside where they buy you so that nobody go defend your land. Go and join the army. Nonsense. Guys, share this video. Drop your own opinion in the comment section.